Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everybody to this October work session for the Carroll County Board of Education. First off, I'd like to welcome all of our visitors. We're so glad to have you here tonight and look forward to hearing from many of you. And at this time, I'd like for everybody to please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Dr. Jessica Ainsworth for our student achievement.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Mr. Miller and members of the board, we have two items this evening. The first item is our professional learning update. This school year, we continue to prioritize professional learning across all of our departments, including Mr. Griffiths, as well as Mr. Harding and Ms. Wolf. It's truly a collaborative effort. Our Director of Professional Learning is Ms. Cheryl Clark, and she'll provide an update as well as two of our teachers from the Temple Cluster this evening. Ms. Clark?
Good evening, board members. This evening, I'm proud to share some exciting updates regarding our district's continued commitment to excellence in STEM and professional learning. As of the end of FY26 school year, we are on track to become the largest school district in the nation to achieve 100% national STEM certification. This is a remarkable milestone, one that reflects years of intentional planning, collaboration, and investment in instructional excellence. Through this work, we have not only enhanced STEM opportunities for students, but also increased professional learning for our teachers, leaders, ensuring that they have the tools and knowledge to make informed instructional decisions. Our approach goes beyond a checklist. It's about building capacity in every classroom and in every school. We've also expanded ongoing professional learning that integrates emerging technologies, allowing educators to streamline workflows and operate more efficiently. This includes training on digital platforms, using reels to highlight academic, athletic, fine arts, and activities, and innovative tools like Notebook LM that are designed to help school leaders enhance their instructional leadership and build stronger learning communities within their schools. Our professional learning plan is both strategic and collaborative. On November 3rd, we will host our second district-wide professional learning day of this year. This follows our first session during July's pre-planning, which brought together human resources, transportation, food and nutrition, fine arts, classified and certified staff in a job-alike model. These district-wide days created shared learning experiences across every department, ensuring that every employee is a part of the vision for student success. These efforts, combined with our relentless pursuit of instructional excellence, demonstrate our district's commitment to preparing students for the future while empowering teachers and leaders with the knowledge, tools, and confidence to lead that charge. Thank you for your continued support as we make history and shape a future-focused, nationally recognized STEM district. I would now like to invite two Carroll County educators to share insight on the impact that professional learning has had on their professional growth.
Good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to speak. We are fifth grade math and science teachers at Providence Elementary School. As new teachers to the county this year, we wanted to share how supported we felt during our transition. From the start, the teaching and learning team has provided meaningful, content-specific professional learning that's helped us strengthen our instruction in both math and in science.
The afternoon math and science meetings have been especially helpful. They're packed with useful information and opportunities for collaboration. We always leave with practical resources like vocabulary games, review materials, and strategies that connect directly to the units that we've been teaching. The collaboration of building level leaders, Matthew Huckabee and his team, Monica Rainwater, and Greta Harris, among everyone in the room, really help us grow as a team and stay aligned in our instruction.
Our grade level collaborative meetings have also been a tremendous support. These meetings include our admin, our ILT, and our county instructional specialist. Monica Rainwater is always engaged in the discussion, offering ideas, sharing resources, and helping us problem solve when lessons don't go as we planned.
We've also really appreciated the focus on capturing kids' hearts. We have started our school year off by creating a social contract with our students and using pluses and fouls with our students to help them build peer relationships and reinforce positive behavior. It has created a classroom culture where students feel valued and connected.
Overall, the support from teaching and learning, our admin, and our instructional specialists has made this transition incredibly positive. We feel part of a community that values growth, collaboration, and student success. Thank you for your continued support, and that concludes our presentation.
Wonderful. Any questions from the board, any comments? That's a great presentation. Anything from the board?
How many years of experience do you two have?
This is my 4th year teaching.
And this is my 5th year.
All right.
But it's the first in Carroll County, correct?
Yes, sir.
So I got a question to follow up on that. So both of you been in the teaching world already, so you felt very welcome coming in here from the induction time to now? Has it been, so it sounds like it's been pretty smooth?
It's been very smooth, and the collaboration with all of the district teachers has been really helpful and impactful for us.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I can tell you this, we're glad to have you, and it's, you know, I love, the teacher induction time with the new teachers is always a cool couple of days, at least for me, and I think the rest of the board would share that. And I love the fact that there's a couple of days, and I hear people all the time talking about how welcome they are, and seeing you guys now after, the first 9 weeks or so, being so happy and feeling good about things is very, very good. And I gotta say this, what a great thing about STEM being 100%. That is a testimony to the very top, to everybody at every level. So, Ms. Clark, thank you for everything that you do to make that, get it across the finish line, because the only one in the country, is that what I'm hearing? Or like,
The largest system in the country, yes.
I'm gonna think the only, but anyway. So that's awesome. That's really great. So quite a commitment, and that is a great selling point for our county, that we need to continue to wave that flag. So anything else from our board? Thank you so much.
As we transition to the next item, in regards to professional learning, just to extend our thanks to our Board of Education for allowing us to invest in our teachers as well as our staff, so thank you. The next item is policy IBB, charter schools. At the September work session, we presented this charter school policy. It's been lying on the table to collect feedback from the public. It's attached an e-board for your review, and we recommend it be placed on the consent agenda for Thursday night.
Has everybody seen that? And, is everybody good with that being placed on Thursday night's consent agenda?
Could I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am, you certainly can.
With a situation where a private school or charter school is approved, will they be able to take that $6,200 for each of the students?
So the $6,000 is for private school or homeschool.
Oh, okay.
This policy is related to state-funded charter schools.
Okay,
That answer your question, Dr. Brooks?
it did.
Okay, with that said, is everybody good with that? Seeing no opposition, we'll add that to the consent agenda. At this time, we'll move on again with Dr. Jessica Ainsworth for our stakeholder engagement.
Next item is our community conversations for stakeholder engagement. We've concluded each of our community conversations in each of our 5 clusters. The purpose of our community conversations was to provide cluster as well as district updates, provide information about safety and well-being. I thought the panel discussion went very well. We had very positive feedback from our participants, and then also to collect different input for the future. Our plan at our December board advance is we'll bring each of those pieces of input to you guys, and we'll be able to look at that as we plan strategically. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Dr. Ainsworth? Very good. And I heard good comments from each of them, and I love the fact that the social media stuff that really compounded things really well. Okay, anything else on that? If not, we'll move on to Mr. Glenn Harding for organizational excellence.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Excited about this update. It comes from last month as well. We got two new projects that are about to take off. We got Mountain Zion Middle School and Temple Middle School. If you remember, Mountain Zion Middle School is 6 classrooms and some cafeteria and kitchen renovations, and also some additional parking that'll be done there. Also, later in the night, there'll be a business item. We'll be able to share, the good bids that we had. It also afforded us to add a few other things like, the shield system. We're going to be able to add that to this project if approved. And then Temple Middle School is similar in the classrooms. We got 6 classrooms there as well, and we're adding a car lane. Anytime we're on site right now, we're trying to accommodate with the cities and trying to work to get them off the roads and get them on the campuses. And we're going to be able to do that in this base bid. And we're also, because of the bid number, we're going to get to do the shield system at Temple Middle School too. So right now we have 9 in our district. This will make 11. So anytime we're able to do that with the project is a really good thing in my opinion. So that is my facility update for this month. I do remind you, in this meeting, we will bring those bid information as a business item and look forward to that. Moving to field trips and fundraisers, that is attached to e-board. We're asking for that to be reviewed and placed on the consent agenda for Thursday night.
Everybody see those 2 updates? Is anybody opposed to adding those to the consent agenda?
No.
Okay, well, sounds good.
One
Question,
Have a check.
if you don't mind.
No, not at all.
Do we have a prioritized list by any chance? And you may not even have this with you, no problem, no rush on it. But do we have a prioritized list of those schools that don't have the shield system that we'd like to see that in? I'm a huge advocate for that. We've seen it in operation, got to see, tours and see them do it and use it and those kind of things. And it seems to be very, very helpful on those that are far outside the outskirts of town. As we've added the resource officers, of course, that allows us to be even better covered. I don't think there's ever too much you can do, but I just didn't know if we kept a short list on schools that we wish we could prioritize getting that in or not.
Mr. Turner, I do. We do that along with the SRO sheet as well. And we do have a criteria that we kind of look at that, and I could provide some of that information to you. And it does have to do with several different criteria that I'll share with you.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I'm sure,
Yeah,
I'd love
we'd all like to
board.
see that. That'd be great.
I think it's very interesting to sort of see how that's prioritized. I think it'd be very helpful for us.
I will get that for you.
Thanks.
I need to piggyback on something that Mr. Harding said, according to a parent who went before the city council so the whole board would know what she stated. She was concerned about the traffic on Thomas Dorsey Drive there by the school. And the first thing she said to the city council was most of those people are getting in the line at 12 o'clock. And there is a problem with people getting in and out of their homes there. So I was at the meeting and
I did see that live stream as well.
yeah, so what we need to do is, according to the information she shared, is to work with the city and temporarily put some signs up that say no parking for at least 2 hours so that people can get to and from where they are going. And of course, Mr. Harding shared with me that he has been over to Glanton and he's working on some plans, but those won't be in effect until maybe a year or so. So,
Dr. Brooks, in a couple of the schools, we've had the same issue on the south end. I know the county ended up putting up some signage on like the road going into Roopville Elementary. It says, "Do not block driveways."
Well-
Because they they don't care. They'll just get in line and they don't care if you
That's
get
what
in or get
happens
out. And
there.
then they get locked in. And so I wonder if there needs to be some consideration for at least communicating.
Signs that say "do not block."
It don't hurt, huh?
It, it doesn't work. And not
gotcha.
only that, the parents are getting into altercations in the parking lot. And who wants to be first and all this, and I'm thinking, come on, parents.
Please get with Ms. Brown and then maybe with the city to see if we can work out something.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we will.
I
We actually
think
met
some
today.
signage that will say,
you did?
you know,
Okay.
only 2 hours.
Plan, not only at Glanton, but there's some others. We're working with other city officials as well, so.
If it makes you feel any better, if it makes you feel any better, I was leaving Central Elementary School Thursday, I think, before fall break, and there was a gentleman in the car rider line. Now, he wasn't on the road, he was far enough up, but there was a gentleman in the car rider line, in his car, asleep at 11:45. So I thought, well, I guess he's gonna nap it out till time to pick him up.
Bring them
Dedication's
up.
what I call that.
But I had a solution. I had the same problem when I was principal, but I asked them to come in and read to the kids.
Volunteer.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Is everybody good? Everybody good with adding those to the consent agenda for the field trips and the? Okay, all right.
Mr. Chair, I had one other thing to go over. If you remember several months ago, when we were doing the policy reviews, the new law with House Bill 340, this is with the cell phone, electronic devices. If you remember, this law goes into effect July 1, 2026. However, part of this law has made it where we needed board policy by January prior to July 1, 2026. So we're ahead of schedule with this, but I've attached to eBoard board policy JCDAF, use of electronic devices by students, and this is K through 8. If I can remind you, in Carroll County, we're already following this law, but this makes it official and puts it in board policy. So based on this need, the new policy is attached to eBoard. We recommend that this policy lie on the table until November board meeting and collect any input from the board or the public.
Okay, any questions?
I've had a lot of comments and questions from parents, and I've directed them to this office.
We've had some, me and Mr. Gribben, so thank you for doing that. Rest of you, if y'all continue to do that, we'll get those questions answered.
So in reading this, I had one question. So it says that they can't access it. So does that mean they could have it on their person as long as it's in a backpack or something? Just don't,
That's a great question.
Yeah.
The answer is yes by the law. We currently have dynamic teams and made up of, each level, K through 8, and parents and teachers and administrators that will be working through that. Part of the next step would be creating rules and procedures and consequences. So we're not to that point yet, Mr. Miller.
Okay.
But yes, by law, that is the case.
so they'll get more descriptive after I got you.
Correct.
Okay.
And it'd be in the student handbook, parent handbook stuff. Yeah.
What do we do for 9 through 12? What do we have in place for 9 through 12?
9 through 12, no cell phones during instructional time unless it's pre-approved and they're using it during instruction time, but there's nothing about, it's all based on, the need of that instruction. So the cell phone is just not used in the classroom unless it's used for instruction, but we don't really need to do that with all the technology that we provide for our students.
So do
But
we
there's
need to codify that in our policy?
No, sir, the policy, well, I say no, sir, not according to this law, it's just K through 8.
I know, but could we take it upon ourselves to codify that, so then students at that level would also know that there's some consequences if they don't follow the rules?
I'll bring that up to the dynamic team and Mr. Coward as well, and see what.
Lump them all in there.
Yeah, if you would take a look at that and for now, let's leave it on the table, but with, you checking on something, we might make a mention of that to understand the 9 through 12. Is that what you're saying,
Worth
Bart?
having a discussion, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, and we're early enough in this, it doesn't have to be in place till the January, so we got time to do that.
because right now, it's not on the policies, what you're saying, and this would put it in there.
I think the law only addresses pre-K through 8th grade,
It does.
but there's no reason why we can't
Yeah,
make it more
Yeah.
include
Given.
9 through 12.
I think, Mr. Harding, looking at our student handbook as well as other places that we've addressed high school and cell phone devices with your dynamic team, and then bringing that back
It
next
may already
month.
be addressed in the handbook, or as long as there's some consequences for that group too, I
Yes,
think.
it's definitely already in the handbook, yes, but it's not in this policy currently, but I will study that and provide some information in the future.
good question. Anything else? Anything else for Mr. Harding? Okay, if not, we'll turn it over to Ms. Delene Wolf for our financial report.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. I have 2 items. First, the August financial report. The report includes the month-to-date revenues and expenditures for each of the funds, as well as outstanding encumbrances. Drilling down to the general fund, for August, revenues were $4 million, expenditures were $7.2 million. Fund balance is $28.5 million, with $5.4 million in outstanding purchase orders. It was a good month for receipts for sales tax. The total was $2 million, which is a 15.6% increase over the same month last year. We're in the period of the year where all of the receipts that we have from the sales tax goes to PAYGO projects. Expenditures for projects totaled $1 million, and the balance for the scheduled projects is $5.5 million. I'd be happy to answer any questions on the financial report.
Question, was that back to school shopping in August?
There was also the Georgia state income tax refund that happened this summer.
Yeah.
So it's possible that it could be some spending of that refund
Is that
money
the
as
most
well.
we've ever gotten in 1 month?
I don't believe that's been I don't believe so. I
Oh,
look back at the
okay.
history.
That just sounds like a lot of money.
The deposit we receive in January for December spending is usually the
Oh,
high one for the year.
anything else? Is that everything? Okay, cool.
I have
Yep.
one more report.
Mhm.
Each year, we receive the sales ratio study. This is done by the state, and it essentially creates what is called the equalized digest for each school district in the state. The ratio for Carroll County was 40.01, which is within the range that is in the best case range from 38 to 42, so it's right in the middle. The equalized digest is important to the district from a funding perspective because when the state QBE funding for the district is calculated, the local 5 mil share is based on this equalized value, not the actual tax digest value.
So the higher the number, the better for us.
And so with this year's ratio being at 40.01, that's as close to being exactly right as I think I've seen it.
Okay.
Since I've been here, so I think that it would, but that's how it impacts the district and the funding. is that value is what is used for the calculation. The digest did increase, and so we know that comes with a decrease in state funding because of the local 5 mil deduction in the funding. Any questions?
Anything? Thank you so much. All right, so now we'll move on to Mr. Jerry Griffiths for Human Resources Update, Continuous Improvement.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Good evening, Board. I want to remind you that on Thursday night, we have our Teacher of the Year ceremony, where we'll be naming our this year's Teacher of the Year and runner-up. The reception will begin at 5:45 p.m. in the lobby of the Performing Arts Center. We'd love for you to join us and mingle with the families and the Teacher of the Year. There'll be 25 Teacher of the Year recipients there, as well as our finalists. So, great opportunity to mingle and show them appreciation for the job they do each and every day. That concludes my report, Mr. Miller.
Well, that's always an exciting time, so Thursday night, we'll look forward to that, to the next Teacher of the Year. But it's great to celebrate all 25. If you think about it, to be Teacher of the Year in each school is huge, and I love the way we celebrate them. Any questions? All right. At this time, we will turn it over for public input. For our time for public input, now's the time. Okay, that sounds good. And then we'll move on to these two great business items then.
Sure. We have two business items this evening. The first business item is Mount Zion Middle School for board consideration. You heard Mr. Harding share as part of his facilities update our Mount Zion Middle School project. We accepted bids on September 29th, which included additional classrooms and renovations. And e-board, you can see our bid analysis for your review. A couple points to highlight: project expenses for construction and alternates is $4,729,500. We have fees, furniture, equipment, and contingencies at $536,123 for a total project expenditure budget of $5,265,623. Project funding includes SPLOST as well as our state capital outlay funds. SPLOST funding is at $4.832449, and state capital outlay at $433,174. Mr. Harding, I'll turn it over to you. Is there anything else you'd like to add regarding the project?
Yeah, I just wanted to remind the board of a couple of things. Number one, the bid numbers did come in where we were fortunate enough to get some other cosmetic things, working with the school and also the shield system. And I also want to remind the board that in working with the Georgia DOE, we're getting almost $500,000 for each of these projects. So that's something that, really proud of there to be able to utilize that money.
Thank you, Mr. Harding. So we would like to recommend for board consideration RKR Construction as the highest rated proposal at $5,265,623 funded through SPLOST as well as state capital outlay funds.
Okay, we've got a recommendation. So the total bid, I'm looking at the scorecard, and maybe I'm looking at something wrong. That total's different. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I probably am.
You're looking at it correct. What you see there is from RKR 4.644. That's where I said we were under budget. Therefore, we put in those additional items, the shield system.
Okay.
And other items that you see in each of the projects. So as soon as this is voted on and approved, there'll be an addendum to RKR to add those things to their price.
Okay. So we got a recommendation. Do we need to take action then right now? So do we have any questions?
I'll do the next one.
Mr.
Chair, I make a motion that we accept the bid from RKR for the Mount Zion Middle School project.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Have a motion and a second, so I'll ask for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. And that is unanimous. Thank you, Mr. Harding.
Okay, our next business item is Temple Middle School for board consideration. We accepted bids for this project on October the 9th, which included classroom additions as well as renovations. That information is also an e-board for you guys. Project expenses, construction cost at 4.819, fees, furniture, equipment, and contingency at $491,045 for a total project expenditure budget at $5,310,045. Project funding includes SPLOS as well as state capital outlay funds. You can see the total project funding in e-board. Mr. Harding, anything else you would like to add regarding the Temple Middle School project?
Yes, same information there. We were able to capitalize on $500,000 in state funds. And this also, in the budget sheet, has a different number with that addendum. Same, because we were under budget. We were able to add the shield system and other items there also.
So thank you, Mr. Harding. We would like to recommend to the board for consideration RKR Construction as the highest rated proposal at $5,310,045, funded through SPLOS as well as state capital outlay funds.
Okay, do you have any questions? I would have one question. Who conforms the bid group? Is that, do you have that, like, who is the team?
The team on these two was Dr. Ainsworth, Mr. Beers, and myself.
Okay. Very good.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the bid from RKR as presented.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor, please raise your right hand. And that's unanimous. We're excited about both these projects, so that's good stuff. At this time, I'd like to review the agenda for the October 23rd, 25 board meeting.
No updates.
Nothing to update?
No.
Do we need to approve that agenda? No, just review? Okay, very good. All right, then at this point, I would like to make a recommendation that the board meet in executive session to discuss the future acquisition of real estate, safety and security personnel pending or threatened litigation, and recommendations that are exempt from disclosure under the Open Records Act. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Have a motion.
I'll second that.
Second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. If it would please everybody, I don't think it'll be too long, could we meet in here? Very good. This time, I'd like to ask for a motion that we adjourn executive session. We have a motion?
I'll second.
Second, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, I'd like to ask for recommendation that the board approve the personnel actions as presented by the assistant superintendent.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Second, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. We have one other bit of business to bring before the board. I would like to bring before the board a possible purchase of land in Temple, and I'd like to ask for a motion for that if we have it.
I'll make a motion for the board to approve the purchase of parcel ID T0400300018 for the purchase price of $385,000 plus closing costs.
I'll second that.
We have a motion for the purchase of this land in Temple, as just mentioned, and a second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. And that's unanimous. This time, I'll entertain board member comments.
I'd like to say, I did receive several phone calls after the cluster meetings, and the parents were very, very complimentary of the way we did it and the information that was shared. They like seeing our community partners. You see all kinds of things on the news where schools don't get along with police and hospitals and all these things. And I think you did a great job putting that panel together. So I really do appreciate it, and the parents did in my cluster.
Great.
I would like to say that I appreciate the different format that made it really interesting, and the parents were able to really say some of the things that they wanted to say without fear. So thank you again for that.
As we wrap up, Mr. Chair, 2 reminders to the board. The Chamber Harvest Dinner is tomorrow at the Ag Center at 6 o'clock p.m. Tyler Harper is the keynote speaker. If you guys are interested in tickets, if you have not already seen Lauren, please see her tonight so she can go and purchase tickets for you guys. And then, as Mr. Griffiths mentioned earlier, remember Thursday, the reception begins at 5:45.
Very good. Anything else to be brought before the board? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So I'll make that motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand, and we'll consider ourselves adjourned.